How long have you lived in Chicago?
Uh, I've been here since I was one.
One.
Yeah,
What neighborhood did you grow up in?
Oak Park.
Oak Park. Okay. So what's it been like in the music scene here in the city?
I'd say there's many different scenes. Um, I started out actually, playing in bands in high school, and that was its
Okay.
own ecosystem in Oak Park. There were lots of bands at Oak Park River Forest High School, and then when I got to be 18, I started playing in blues clubs with various artists around town.
How old do you have to be to like play in a club or something? Is
Uh,
there an age limit?
yeah, I was in I was playing at Kingston Mines from probably 18, and it depended on the club, I guess.
Okay.
But most of them are family owned, and so as long as you're not uh, drinking or anything,
Then it's all good.
yeah, or if they don't know you're drinking.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So you've been touring since you were like a teenager though, right?
Yeah, I had some experience when I was my freshman year of college.
Yeah.
So
Wow. So what are the people like when you're out gigging in the city? From my understanding, is a lot of Chicago musicians they just play all the time, and that's how they get good.
sure.
What kind of people are you like interacting with in the scene?
Mainly other musicians. When I was playing in the blues scene, and then I guess you would call it the jam scene
Okay.
uh, through college, and then after college, most of the groups I was playing with would play at bars, and attendance was variable.
So a lot of times there's not a lot of people there, like you
Yeah,
said, right? So
yeah. I mean, again. It depends on the situation.
yeah.
Actually, the most successful shows we did it with those bands back in the day were like DIY house shows,
Oh, okay.
because then there was sort of this expectation that everybody could party the way they wanted to. And
And just play the way they wanted to.
yeah, well, Alex obviously has got
Yeah.
that figured out. So
Yeah, Alex Wasili is
yeah,
a mutual friend of ours.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of refined that concept
Yeah.
into our adulthood.
Yeah. Yeah. You've played at Funk Party, right?
Yeah, that was actually my first show with the Neal Francis project.
Okay. So tell listeners how so you're out on your own now and you were with the herd before,
Mm-hmm.
right? How long were you playing with the herd?
I was in the herd for probably 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe 2012 to 2015, and
Okay.
then there were a few gigs after that here and there, but it was mainly those 3 years.
Okay. Um you mentioned that there are like a couple different scenes in Chicago, the music
Yeah.
scene. What can you describe them? Like what are kind of the types?
I mean, the ones that I really know, I don't know. Like, scene is also just a
A weird term?
yeah, sure,
Yeah.
but like, there were bands that knew each other and played shows with each other, and there was the whole Alive one was definitely a scene. That's the bar on Halstead, near Diversey. That was that was actually a scene because you had Tuesday nights was like $2 drafts, and
Yeah.
so everybody would hang out there on Tuesday, and then Wednesday was usually like the new band on the block, and then Thursday was like the elder statesman.
Yeah.
So like while we were playing like one Wednesday a month, Spare Parts, this like wicked jazz trio, was playing on Thursdays.
Okay.
And so like the weekly Thursday spot was where we wanted to be, but you have to
Yeah.
sort of like play the Wednesday spot for a while
Okay.
and have like nobody at your shows. And then once the Herd started playing on Thursdays, eventually that's sort of when that band took off because I don't know if you're familiar with Galactic. It's a band from New Orleans.
No, I don't think so.
There was a lead singer for that band called the Houseman. That was
Okay.
like his stage name. Thurl Clouet, I think is his. I'm mispronouncing it, but that's his real name. He's a old New Orleans soul singer who was singing lead for Galactic for a while. So like he was a known entity on the jam, like the larger national jam
Okay.
scene, jam funk scene. So yeah, that show attracted the guy who would end up being our manager,
Okay.
and it like morphed into something more than we had like anticipated, where we were able to get an agent and go on tours, and the Herd was like the first taste any of us had of like the music industry outside of Chicago.